it's something you change the way that you look at money. Okay, after you see this presentation, something important information I want to share with you, it'll definitely change your approach and how you save, how you look at money, and just basically how you look at money in general. And that's why I wanted to share this information. I had this information shared with me back in December of last year, and it has been life-changing for me. And it's something that when I saw the presentation, it was something that I realized that it's something that I have to share with everybody. And that's why I'm here with you this morning, is to share all this information with you. So let me just see this going here. There we go. And okay. So, okay. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so before we get started, what I want to do right away is I'm going to put this in the chat here. Let's see. I'm going to put my email address if you have any questions at all during this presentation, and if there's something you need to ask me that I perhaps do not cover, or if I'm not able to get to all the questions here, you can also reach out to me direct here at rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. And then also I have a website that I'm going to be putting down here where you can get like a 10,000 foot overview of what I'm sharing. But what I wanted to share with you here this morning is very important. So let's see, reference. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we are all set. And so let's go ahead and dive right into this. I have a short, I'm going to try and keep this as compact as possible because I know it's a Saturday, it's Father's Day weekend, everybody's got a lot planned, and but this is very important information. So if it's something where you're not able to stick around for everything, go ahead and reach out to me at that rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org, and I will get back to you as quickly as possible, even if you just want to say, hey, Rick, send me a replay. And I'm going to try and have the recording on this up on replay as well here as quickly thereafter, as soon as it finishes. So what I want to do is let's go ahead and jump into my PowerPoint here. Okay. So what is the importance of saving in the form of silver and gold? And, how do you go about doing it? One of the most overlooked simple techniques to building wealth and growing your income, and how you can start today, is basically what I'm going to be covering in this presentation today. See, a lot of people have this misconception that there's certain things that they can't do that the wealthy do. Okay, that's kind of what I'm going to be covering here today, is what you can do yourself as far as to take things into pretty much your own hands without having to go through anybody, where it's everything you can do in little step-by-step bite-sized pieces. And everybody knows that the wealthy have multiple streams of income, and for them, the wealthy have the generational wealth that's been built is something that's been passed on from generation to generation, and it's something that they continue to do. Well, one of the MSIs that they have, the multiple streams of income that they have, is saving in the form of precious metals, or in this case here, silver and gold. And a lot of people think that they have to have X amount of dollars to be able to do this, but the truth of the matter is, and there's a misconception out there, is that regardless of your income, whether you're making $15,000 a year or $150,000 a year, this is something that you can do. This is something that you can do personally. And it's like, this is why a lot of people do not look at this avenue, because they don't know how to go about doing it. And it's the age-old thing, whereas if you don't know how to do something, what do? You just don't do anything at all. So in this case here, this is why I wanted to share this presentation with everybody, because it is some life-changing information. And then, like I said, how you look at money will change after you see this presentation today. Okay, so and throughout this presentation, I'm going to be sharing with you just different tips and ways that you can help preserve your wealth and actually start growing your income, and starting as early as today. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is what is the benefits of saving in the form of silver and gold or precious metals? And in the one short video that I'm going to share with you here in a minute, the speaker actually is going to share, he refers to it as sound money, and there's a reason why it's called sound money, and he will cover that. But it's really kind of an eye-opening presentation that I want to share with you here. So what I'm going to be covering is how to save, who can you trust, and how do you know if you're getting a good deal? Because there's tons of opportunities out there, or different companies that actually will sell silver and gold and other precious metals, but you want to know, which ones to go with that are, tips and everything, ones that you can actually trust. Okay. And also it's like, how can you afford to purchase silver and gold, even if you're on a tight budget? Like I said, if you're making 15,000 a year or 150,000 a year, this is something that you can do. Okay. And it's even if you already have your type of savings, in place, where you already have your 401k or your different stocks and assets and everything that you have. This is something that is going to give you an opportunity to look at it, take a different approach to how you save. Okay. It's also going to cover, can saving in the form of gold and silver really build true generational wealth? And that is something that, with what I'm going to share with you today, yeah, it definitely can. And that is actually part of why the wealthy are wealthy. Okay. It's something that they've mastered years ago, and they pass down generation to generation. And that's why I'm going to share with you today how in incremental steps you can start creating a generational wealth for you and your family, regardless of your family's background, or what your income status is. Okay. So this is for everybody. It's not for like a select group of people. This is for everybody. I'm also going to be sharing what your financial institutions and your financial advisors are not sharing with you, and why, and then also how you can start today. And if you are in one of these 7 countries listed here, I have a really, really special opportunity for you. And it's something that I will be sharing with you right after the video presentation. But if you live in the United States, Canada, Australia, Ireland, UK, New Zealand, or Singapore, you have the opportunity to partake in a very special opportunity here. And it's really something that I'm really excited to share with you. Okay. And it's something that's actually going to be life-changing as well. Okay. So, and even if you're not in one of those countries, this information that I'm going to share with you this morning will definitely benefit you. And it's something that, you should have an understanding of. And it'll, like I said, it'll make you, the way you approach money in the future, from today on out, you'll look at it a little bit different. Okay, so who is this for? This is for anyone that understands the importance of saving in the form of gold and silver, but they're not sure quite about how do I go about doing it? That's a lot of the questions. And so, like I said, a lot of people, they don't know how to do something, they just don't do it. And then of course, without having this information, you're pretty much going to go through your approach to saving and money, and preparing for your future and everything the same way. So like I said, this is some really good information here to share with you. It's also for those who are looking for other options to save and control how much and how often you save. Like I said, regardless of your income, this is something you can do. It's for those who have a job that do not have a 401k plan. Like a lot of corporations and larger companies, they offer that as an incentive to their employees, which is a fantastic opportunity. And I do highly encourage anybody who is working for a company like that to take advantage of it, because there's so many different aspects of it. Like a lot of companies have where they do their employee match or whatever to a certain percentage or whatever, but it's something where your money can, grow for you incrementally, a little bit by a little bit. And that's kind of what I attribute this whole presentation this morning as, is your own personal version of a 401k in the form of silver and gold. Okay, so it's just another way of looking at it. It's just another way to do it yourself. Okay, it's also for those who are looking to put in money for college, like you have a son or son or daughter, a granddaughter, or grandson, and it's like, they want to go to college, but you're looking at like, what can I do now in incremental steps to actually help them when it's time for them to go to college, to be able to help them out. And this is something that to me was very important, because when this was introduced to me back in December, my son Ryan just graduated high school a couple of weeks ago. I'm really proud of him, and it's I know he wanted to go to college. He's always talked about it. So I wanted to find out different ways that I could actually help him get prepared for college and be able to help him when the time came. And I just wish I was introduced a couple of years back. It would have made things a lot easier. But even just starting in December, this is something that's been able to help me, do something a little bit more to be able to help him out here when he starts college here in the fall. It's also for those who are looking to put away a nest egg. You may have your savings, you may have your 401k or some other option that you guys, that you're saving in. And it's like, this will give you another option doing, like I said, and it's like anybody can do this regardless of your income. And even if you're already saving and investing in something, this is another option for you to take. Okay. It's also for someone who's looking to earn an additional income. Like I said, I have a really great opportunity to share with you. And like I said, I'll get into that right after the video presentation. But this is really something that is life changing. Okay. And it's for someone who's looking to, they just want to understand more about saving and what their options are. And also it's a good educational presentation, because especially in this video that I'm going to be sharing with you and some of the points that I bring up afterwards, this is something that if you have like a high school age student or a daughter or junior high or something where, everybody knows the importance of saving in the form of silver and gold, but yet this is something that's not talked about in the general education system, at least here in the United States, as you're being brought up. Okay. So this is something that everybody should have the information and be made aware of. Okay. So that's why I'm bringing it today. And I'm really excited to share this with everybody because, like I said, your perspective on money will change after this morning. Okay. So what I want to do here is as I announced in like some of my posts, and uh, I'm going to give you an opportunity to qualify for a weekly drawing, and we're gonna have a weekly drawing, and then also at the end of the month of June we're going to have a monthly drawing. So in order to qualify for the drawing, what I would like you to do is go ahead and send me an email after the presentation. Say, send it to rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org and tell me what your biggest takeaway from the presentation was, even if it's something negative or something positive. But just, this is my way of thanking you for taking the time to share your time with me to learn more about saving in the form of silver and gold. Okay. And so it's like, let me know what your biggest takeaway was. And like I said, even if it's something negative, feedback is the main thing here, because in order for me to help you and other people, I need to get better. And as far as there might be something that might not be sharing here, that's like kind of, I just want some feedback, a two-way street. Okay. And then also, so we have for today we have it's Saturday the 19th. So at midnight tonight I will close the drawing. So anybody who's emailed me by that time, you'll be qualified for the drawing. We have a $50 MasterCard to give away. And if you don't want to physically have me mail this to you, I can also PayPal you the information or the money as well too. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to have a very high, a rare collectible item from one of the companies that I'm sharing with you here today. And that'll be something where your name will automatically go into that. Even if like you catch this on a replay, just still go ahead and share that information with me in your email. Okay. So without further ado, what I want to do is I have a very short video presentation here. And the gentleman that I'm going to introduce to you, his name is Zach Davis. He is one of the co-founders of 7K Metals. He has an excellent presentation that goes over the value of the US dollar and how its purchasing power has declined over the years. And in this case here, pretty much over the last century, it has steadily declined. And then also, why the purchasing power of the dollar is important versus the purchasing power of silver and gold. And when you see this in a black and white presentation like he's going to share here, it is really eye-opening. And this is what, like I said, this is something that your approach to money is going to change after this morning. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and jump into this video, and I will go ahead. I'll be watching this with you. And at the same time, I'm going to stop. Well, you might see me pop off the screen here because I want to make sure that this is going live on YouTube as well. So, because that was one of the issues yesterday as well. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this here, and I will be back on with you right afterwards, and I will share an opportunity with you, and we'll go from there. Spending power. But in 2013, the dollar was only worth about 5 cents. That's about a 96% reduction in value of the spending power of the dollar since 1913. Here's how it shakes out in real life. This is the everyday price index. This measures inflation for everyday spending in 3 different categories. So this is weighted different expenses in each group, like
more healthcare costs or education costs. Urban renters, 58.1%. Retired couples, 61.6%. Look at this for young families trying to start a family, own a home, 78.3% inflation. Look at these numbers. But these are things that you have to have on a daily basis. Eating food at home costs 43% more between 2000 and 2018. 59% increase to eat out. Heat sources, 99%. Car insurance, 97%. Water and sewer, 133. Do you know anybody who'd like to go to college today? Maybe a child or grandchildren? 151% increase in college tuition. Medical care expenses, up 97% in the same time frame. Now, do you mind if I show you the case for sound money? Don't worry, it's just a fancy name for gold and silver. Gold and silver is one of the secrets that wealthy have always used for ages to amass and protect their wealth. In fact, governments and financial institutions all use the secret. They are the largest holders of gold in the world today. Look at this. What could you buy today with the same silver from 1965? Check this out. If you went to the grocery store and you wanted to buy, took in 1 ounce of silver or $1 bill, you could purchase that gallon of milk in 1965. But in 2019, 1 ounce of silver would get you 5 gallons of milk. It's a 410% increase in the value of silver. Look at the movie ticket. 1965, $1 for 1 silver ounce would buy you. 2019, silver will buy you almost 2 movie tickets. That's an 80% increase in the buying power of silver. That means that is a 95% reduction in the spending power of the dollar. Check this example. 2,500 ounces of silver or $2,500 would buy you 1 Ford Mustang in 1965. But if you took $2,500 in the Ford dealership today, you're not walking out with a Ford Mustang. Now, you might be able to get a down payment, but if it happens today in 2020 with the same 2,500 ounces of silver, you could actually purchase 2 Ford Mustangs. Now, here's a great example of purchasing power of gold. The question is, where would you put this $10,000 in 1965? Would you put it in a house or would you put it in gold? Here's how the numbers shake out for 2020. $10,000 put into a home would have turned into roughly $85,000. That's a pretty good return. With the same $10,000 put into gold, it's $528,251. That is a huge difference. Questions after seeing those statistics, does your financial future seem a little bit challenging? But why aren't your financial professionals telling you about this? The truth is, they don't want you to know. They want you to think it's not important to know the secrets of sound. But we believe in you and want to guide you in your journey to creating and protecting true wealth for your family and your legacy, because you deserve it. So we're going to show you how to use the secrets the wealthy have always used. We're going to have the game now and forever. We are 7K. The 7K founders are on a mission to change the world. 100+ years of successful business experience sits between them. In fact, they have changed multiple industries for the better. They have a passion for helping the average person get ahead. And one of these individuals actually created a company that is worth $2 billion today. They have shared abilities but unique strengths that can help you to achieve the success you want. Here's a message from the founders. We created 7K because we genuinely want to improve the lives of people around the world. We have watched way too many of our friends struggle as the economy fluctuates. The payment issues arise, unexpected changes come. Using the power of gold and silver, we believe we can provide a way for people to create financial independence, preserve their wealth, and live an exceptional life. We started this company because we believe in it. So here's some of the questions that we had when we found out about the power of sound money. We asked, do any of these resonate with you? Where should I buy it? Who should I trust? What should I buy? How do I buy in small quantities? And how do I get more of it? So we created a membership. will solve many of the problems the average person like you and I face when we buy precious metals. One of the very first member benefits of being a member of 7K is dealer direct pricing on gold and silver bullion. Here's how the process works. The U.S. Mint create coins. They sell those coins to a dealer, and then we sell those coins directly to you. No minimums, no maximums, period. This was just the beginning. We didn't stop there. But first, the question about what should you buy? To answer that question, we created what we call a buyer certification program. Why? Because we already made all the mistakes so that you don't have to. This expert training helps you identify what type of buyer you are, understand the quality. How will wealthy always use sound money management? The key factors to protect your personal finances and any economy. What's the value of MS7 income collecting and why it's potentially more valuable than gold? Why governments and large institutions are the biggest buyers of silver. And here's the 5 reasons for sound money. Hedge against poor government decisions and potential economic collapse. Wealth accumulation, wealth protection, portfolio diversification, and last, certainly not least, and probably one of my favorite, is coin collecting. In fact, what if I told you that we all made a $1.2 million mistake because we didn't understand the power? Did you know that if you had purchased one MS70 Silver Eagle every month since 1986, it would cost you roughly $40,000 to $50,000? That seems like quite a bit of money. But over time, it's really not compared to today's value of that collection. It would be worth $1.2 million. The problem is, most of us lack a little bit of discipline. So we don't go down and purchase those coins every single month like we should. So we needed an easy way that doesn't require discipline to collect coins every month. That's why we created our auto saving program. So we gathered a team of world-class experts to hand select collectible coins to take your collecting to the next level. Our world-class coins and collections are sent to your door every single month, giving you peace of mind that your saving is on autopilot. Here are the 3 different options that you have for the auto saver program. First is the basic. We send a 7K exclusive collection, MS70 Silver Eagle, or standard 7K level MS70 Silver Eagle to your door every single month. Now, we went different labeled series like the US 50 State Series for this tried and true collectible. This option features the steady as she goes and most popular collectible coin. It has proven to be a great variety coin. This will be quite a showcase when you're finished. These MS70 coins tell an incredible story from start to finish. They're delivered to your doorstep every single day. The specialty option are gold and rare silver collectible coins that are a specialty. Often these coins have a limited run of less than 500 coins in the world. With this option, you'll get a mix of both sent to your door every single day. Of course, these will be handpicked by us. Don't feel secure about storing your collection at home? We will store your collectibles for free when you actively buy 20 every single month. Every month you buy is another month we store your coins for free in our private vault. These private vaults are 100% insured by Logic London, are military grade security, inventory management, movement tracking, electronic visibility, and like I said before, one of the coolest member benefits is free storage when you're on the Perhaps one of the most exciting things that we've done here at 7K as a member benefit is created what we call the Sound Money Wallet. This is a new age of precious metals that is alive. It's 100% backed by physical inventory. Buy it, store it, trade it, cash it out, and more. The power is back in your hands with zero hassle and zero headaches. Here's how it works. You can take cash and instantly convert your cash into gold with no fee. Take the same gold and instantly convert it back to cash with the best buyback rates and more. How about silver? You can do the exact same thing. Member-to-member transfers. Instantly send gold, silver, or cash to other members for free. You can also take gold or silver straight to you. You can request your metals to be shipped to your door for the cost of shipping and insurance. It's that easy. It's about time gold and silver gave you the freedom of luxury. Now let me ask you something. How many of you like good deals and love to travel? Well, as a member here, one of the other benefits is our 7K Advantage Rewards program. This program is helping you live a lifestyle that only you could design. There's 800 different ways to save. Exclusive offers on travel, local restaurants, wherever you are, everyday services that you're already using, and deals on the largest name brands. Save where you have to spend so you can spend more. 7K getaways. Gold and silver are essential, and we believe it's the key to living a lifestyle and creating memories that will never fade. With our company-sponsored trips, you will make memories that span the globe. Here, one of our customers has to say, in our 17-year marriage, my wife and I have never been on a plane to trip, let alone to a foreign country. Because of 7K getaways, we have now been on multiple trips together to places we have never been. Now, remember, as of May 2017, 44% of Americans said they could not cover $400 expense. So owning gold and silver is great. Traveling the world is great. But if you don't have the money to do those things, it can be very, very difficult. So here at 7K, we created a way where you share, earn points, and get paid. Every time you share it with somebody else, you generate points. So when you purchase your membership, it creates a spot in the tracking center. You have the opportunity to build two teams, your left team and your right team. Every time you get 500 points on your left and 500 points on your right, it generates a $500 commission check. Let me just show you the multiple ways to earn. Membership and rewards. Monthly auto saver program, rare coin sales and retail sales. Every time a new member joins your team or a monthly auto saver coin is ordered, whether you shared it with them or another active associate on your team, you will collect points towards the cycle chip. Let me show you how to rank up to the next page. As an associate, you can earn $500 per week. Copper, $1,000 per week. Bronze, $2,000. Silver, $3,500 per week. As a gold, $7,000 per week. An executive gold, $10,000. As a presidential gold, $12,500 a week. There are a ton of benefits here at 7K. Here are just some. Residual income for a lifetime, I just showed you. The Auto Saver program, where you set it and forget it. The Advantage Rewards program, where you can travel the world and have exclusive deals on some of the best name brands and some of your local favorites. 7K limited and rare points. The Sound Money Wallet. 1099 tax write-offs because you've been owning and running your own business. Gold-backed IRAs. 7K healthcare program. The ability to buy precious metal, beautiful at pricing, and much more. So the question is, are you ready to change your life? Here are the two ways that you can get involved with us: the standard membership or the premium membership. Our standard membership is a 1-year membership. It includes the buyer certification training, member direct pricing, and unlimited bullion, no minimums and no maximums. The Advantage Rewards program. 3 technology credits, access to exclusive low vintage collectibles, 1 graded silver coin, and access to our exclusive Sound Money Wallet. As a premium member, you get a 4-year membership, the buyer certification, collector's training, member direct pricing on unlimited bullion, the Advantage program. But instead of 3, you get 12 technology credits. You get access to exclusive low vintage collectibles. You get 1 MS-70 silver coin, 1 silver bullion coin, 10 business cards, 4 wealth strategy books, and access to the Sound Money Wallet, so you can begin sharing this unbelievable opportunity with others. So ask yourself, how would you feel to know that you have control over your life? How would your life be different if you had more time? The question is, will you join us in our mission to change the world? Pick a membership package. Get started today. Thank you for spending some time with us. My name is Zach Davis.
Okay, Zach did a really nice job. Oops, hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Yeah, Zach did a nice job there of sharing really what the pretty much the when understanding the power of precious metals and how the value of the US dollar has declined over the past century. And also what I found very informative about this presentation was that when he has the black and white experience, the examples of silver and gold versus the US dollar. So like, especially as example with the $2,500 with the Ford Mustang back in 1965, where if you walked into the dealer with $2,500 or 2,500 1-ounce silver coins, you could walk out with a brand new Ford Mustang. However, if you walked into a Ford dealer today with $2,500, you would just be looking at a down payment and then here another 4 or 5 years of paying off the car. So, but if you walked into the dealer with 2,500 1-ounce silver coins, you could walk out with 2 brand new Ford Mustangs already paid for. So that's a really eye-opening experience. That was an example. And so when I watched this the first time, or it was presented to me, I was like, I I understood the value of saving in the form of silver and gold, but without seeing the examples in that black and white example, examples that he shared here, it was really eye opening to me. And also with the using the $10,000 to, save in or invest in a house back in 1965, your return would be around $85,000, just a little over that. But then if you took that same 10,000 and put it into gold, you'd be looking at over $500,000 today. Okay. And so that's the one thing that he shared there was the point about how you save is critical, because everybody's always talking online about how to make money, take this opportunity, buy my program, do this, that, or other thing, and promote this, and you're going to make money. But which is great, 99% of those aren't always what they're cracked up to be. But at the same time, people are always teaching you how to make money, but there's not a lot of places out there that are teaching you what to do with your money after you've made it. Okay. And this is what I like I said, I would like to attribute this to as a type of 401k plan, where it's your own personal one where you can actually control it yourself. And Zach touched a little bit on the opportunity that I'm going to be sharing with you here today. And the opportunity that I'm going to be sharing with you is part of what Zach is sharing, but I'm taking it a step further. Okay. But before we get into that offer, I just want to explain something real quick. Like, he made the comment about the night for the American Silver Eagle. You have this, here's a graded coin like he was talking about there. This is an MS70 2020 graded coin. Okay, it's an American silver dollar. It's 100% pure silver, and it's graded in MS70 by NGC, the Numismatic Grading Corporation. So NGC is one of the top 2 grading companies in the entire world. They're they're known worldwide. And in this case here with the MS70, that's a perfectly graded coin. You cannot get a better graded coin. So what he was referring to is that this first came out in 1986, if you collected one of these a month, now this is an incremental thing. So this is what I was kind of telling you, show you how you could do this incrementally. If you collected one of these a month or saved one a month, you'd spend, of course, roughly between $40,000 to $50,000 between 1986 and now in order to put together, this collection. But that entire collection is worth over $1.2 million. So you're talking a $1,150,000 profit. And one thing that is not widely known, people will say, well, why would I want to save in a collectible, in the form of a collectible? Because that's one of the things that there's tax benefits to saving in the form of collectible. Because when the government came out with what items you had to report on your 1099-B form, that was one of the items that they did not specify. They were very specific as to which types of silver, gold, and precious metals you had to report, and collectibles is not one of them. So it's not covered underneath that thing. So like in this case here, the person that put together this collection, he's looking at a $1,150,000 profit that he did not actually have to report. Okay. Now this is something that, of course, I'm not an accountant, or a tax advisor, so you would still want to double check with your tax advisor, run everything past them too. But you would not have to report that and pay the taxes on it. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. So there are different tax benefits to it. But like in this case here, where this is the MS70 Silver Eagle, and like right now 7K is running with their auto saver. Okay, is the state series. So there, each month you get a different state series coins, and it's labeled in with NGC. They put a serial number and a barcode on it, so it's traceable, it's trackable. You can look it up at any time online. And one thing that 7K just put together, and it's coming out in July, so a couple weeks away here, is that it's a software where actually you can input, basically just scan the barcode on all your collectibles, or even if it's not something that doesn't have a barcode to it, because 7K does offer other things besides the coins. They do have you have you have bullions in both silver and gold. You have they do have jewelry, although that's another avenue of looking at money. But they do have also different types of bullions and raw coins that you can get. So even if it's something that's not graded, you can still input it in, and you'll still be able to track the value. But it's something where, as you get stuff and you're putting, saving in the form of silver and gold, and you're putting it aside, you can actually track it. And with this program that they have, this is another avenue they have of actually liquidating or selling what you have. So that's something where I've had people ask me, well, what if I needed to liquidate the coins or the bullion or the silver or whatever that I have? How would I go about doing that? Okay, 7K does offer they do have an excellent buyback program, and it's something that you would, if it's something that you physically own, have it in your possession, you would just contact them. They would email you a form, you'd fill that out, FedEx it back to them, and then as soon as they get it, they inspect it, and then they would say this is the value of it, and then you could have the money transferred to your bank account. Okay, so, and if it's something that's stored in the Sound Money vault, if it's an eligible item for that, that's something that you could actually do the same day, where you contact them and say, I want to convert $2,000 or whatever, say if that's what you need for an emergency, I want to convert that to cash, and they could actually do that and transfer that to your bank account on that day. Okay, so that's something that's another avenue of it. And then also, because 7K, you may not have heard of them, but there's tens of thousands of people that are members of 7K, and all of them are always, there's not all of them, but I should say a lot of them are always looking to add certain things to their collection, or are basically purchase from other members of 7K. So that's another avenue too. There's a Facebook group, and then also with this software program that they have come up, which is called Stack and Sell, all the other members have this opportunity to create that account and keep track of their collection, and are whatever they're saving in. And this is another avenue where you can reach out to people through the Stack and Sell, and I actually sell directly to them through that way as well. So, and this is all stuff that's traceable and trackable, and so it's a real, there's different options as far as if you ever needed to liquidate it, or in this case here, with their autosaver program, they have that set up because it's giving you the option to save monthly. With like a 401k, like I said before, this is your own personal version of 401k in the form of precious metals, but it's something where you can, just pick up, what you want per month. And then once a month, they send you an email, say, okay, here's your invoice, or here's your receipt. We build your credit card company, or we debited your bank account, and here's your receipt. Next email you get is a tracking number with the FedEx tracking number for your autosaver shipment. And then 2 days later, boom, you have it in your hands. You're all good to go. Okay, so I'm here in Illinois, North Aurora, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. And since day one, everything that I've ever had on my autosaver, or something that I've actually purchased separate from 7K, I've always received in 2 days. So it's they do a phenomenal job of taking care of the members here. But just before, I'm going to share the opportunity with you here in 1 second, but I want to just tell you real quick about 7K Metals. They are located, they do have they're located in Idaho Falls, Idaho. So they have a physical building. They're a regular company. Like if you were in Idaho Falls, Idaho, you could actually walk in their front door today and talk to people. They do operate on normal business hours, but they have an after hours chat support, which is phenomenal. That's one thing I really want to give a shout out to them for that. Is, their customer service is excellent. That's one thing that you really want to know about when you start with a company is, what's their customer service, like, because that's the main thing is, making sure that you're taking care of it, especially if you have any questions. But they do have a 4.5 out of 5 star Better Business Bureau star customer reviews. They have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. And the thing that, the customer reviews, that's always important, but sometimes that's, also like with anything, there's always some people out there that deliberately, no matter what what you do, they're not happy. So I don't always go by the four, even that's excellent, the 4.5 out of 5, but I usually go by the customer complaints, and there's been 0 customer complaints filed. So that's really kind of something that's important to look at. So you have this company they founded it in 2016. So they've been around for almost 5 years now, and yet there's no customer complaints, which is really huge. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind in case you're wondering, if you're not too familiar about them, but you can look this up online as well. Okay, but a little bit more about the founders. Okay, so Zach Davis is the one who shared that short video with us, and then there's Richard Ball and Josh Anderson. Now, if in this presentation he mentioned that one of the founders was the creator of a $2 billion company. If the name Richard Ball looks familiar to you, that's why he's the founder of Melaleuca. And everybody knows Melaleuca's been around for a couple of decades now, and that's a $2 billion plus company. So that's just shows you the type of people that created 7K. And what they did is when they got together, they wanted to come up with a way that the average everyday person, regardless of their background, regardless of their income, how could they come up with a way to make saving in the form of silver and gold and precious metals an option for them so they could start building that generational wealth. And like I said, this is something that's incremental. It's step by step that you can do. It's not something where you have to buy a chunk of something right away, which that's some misconception. People think they have to have a ton of money in order to do it, but no, you can do this. Like on the basic autosaver program, that breaks down to it's $105 a month, but they have the shipping and insurance, which comes out to $116 per month, which translates into about $3.86, $3.87 a day. So that's how affordable this is. And it's something that you can actually, like I said, you can actually start today and start building that generational wealth for you and your family, regardless of your past. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to share with you the opportunity. Okay, and the thing is that you can do your research and everything too, and you can actually reach out to me as well, and I can help you, jump on a Zoom call, a separate one-on-one call with you as well. But what I would like to do, my opportunity that I want to share with you today is to work together as a team. Okay, like Zach showed in the presentation, how you can, just by sharing the opportunity, you can actually earn quite substantially passively, and it's all potential, based on potential, or what you do yourself. But along the way, you're going to need help, and a lot of times that's where I'm taking a different approach, just because a lot of times I've been online a lot. I've seen a lot of different offers over the course of the past decade, and a lot of people promising the moon to everybody, but once that people take their offer, they disappear, or you need help with something and you have trouble, working with them. Okay, so that's what I wanted to offer, is the opportunity to work together as a team, not my team, not your team, but our team. That's what I want to do, is I want to share the stuff that I'm doing with everybody, and have it be a two-way street. And that's why, like I said, that's why I'm even doing the drawing here, where you send me your takeaway from this presentation. It's a two-way street, and that's where, in order to succeed with 7K, or actually rank up to those higher levels, besides the associate degree, to go to copper and bronze and so on, that is possible to do. There are people that are at executive gold making an extra $50,000 a year just by sharing this opportunity with other people. So like, if you have friends or family, or even coworkers or something that you might be might have an interest in this as well, so share it with them. That's all you have to do, is share the opportunity. And it's like, I know some people are a little bit hesitant and not sure how to go about doing it. And my recommendation then to you is just say, hey, there's this company that I was introduced to me. I want to share a short video with you. Can you do me a favor and watch it, and then just let me know what you think afterwards? And most people are like, yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and watch a video. And then some of them, if you understand what's the power of precious metals, and its purchasing powers over the course of the time, has always helped maintain its purchasing power. Okay, that's where the US dollar hasn't, but yet silver and gold has. And so if people understand what's being shared here, they'll realize the value of it. Okay, and this is like something where it doesn't cost you a lot of money to do it, and I don't even look at it as a cost. It's just you're saving. So it's one thing where, like I said, it's a type of 401k, but you're saving. So any money that you actually put into this, you're actually paying yourself back. And that's something that's really nice about this. So it's like, don't be afraid to share this with other people, because it is really a great opportunity. Okay. It also takes us to qualify as an associate is to refer to people. Then you're qualified as an associate where you can earn up to $500 per week. And this is per week, not per month. So it's like something where they do, 7K does pay people weekly. As long as your point totals hit the 500 left and right for each week. As an associate, you're at 25, you're at $500 a week and an additional $26,000 a year in income. But like I said, it does depend on how much you share the opportunity. And that's where together as a team, I can help you achieve that. And then at the same time, in order for all of us to have success and move up as far as the different levels of associate, or as far as receiving passive income, we have to work together. Okay. And there might be some times where you might need one person just to qualify for another level, whereas could be something on in our team that actually has a member that there or somebody they were going to sign up, but they could actually let you use that person to sign up just so you qualified, and then the next person you get, you go ahead and share that with that person. So there's ways to work together, but in order to qualify for that, the higher levels, you do have to work together. And that's part of why 7K did is they're like, you know what, we want to make this, we're going to reward people for sharing this opportunity. But at the same time, we want people to work together, because that's what it's all about, is helping everybody work together. And that's, really why, I'm sharing this with everybody, because I think this is one of the most incredible opportunities I've ever had shared with me. Okay. Because not only am I saving and building that wealth for my family, but at the same time, it's giving me an opportunity to to earn passively on the side. And once you actually hit it in a rank, they do recognize you. This is something they have weekly meetings, and they recognize every week. They have people that there are tons of people that they're recognizing for qualifying at different levels, and they actually do. If you as long as you submit them a picture, they'll there's people that don't submit a picture, so look at this certificate thing just having their name, which is fine, but so it's like they do recognize you. Okay, so it's something that is they're always trying to give a little bit more to help their members out. So if you're interested in this becoming a member today, what I would like you to do is go ahead and send me an email at rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. And in your email, what I would like you to do is send me your best contact email and then also your phone number. And no, I'm not going to call you unless you ask me to call you or something, but I'm not going to call you. I just want to have that as another means of communicating with you, for like via text message or something, like if something comes up, or like when you send me your email and phone number, I will in turn send you a link for you to sign up under. Okay. It's a referral ID. And actually the link I'm going to be sharing you is not even going to be my own, because I'm actually trying to help the people below me qualify higher and rank up. So see, that's how it works. Okay. So, and when I send you that link, I'm going to actually have my phone number as well. So it's not where you're just going to send me yours and I'm going to have it. But I'm going to actually send you my personal phone number. So I would appreciate it. Like if you do have questions, if you can either text me or email me first, so we can set something up like on Zoom here or another method or whatever. But I would be more than happy to help you out or answer any questions that I can. But also, I do want to point out too, their 7K, their buyer certification program. This is one of the best overall in-depth trainings on the powers of precious metals and the different types of metals that you can actually save in. Okay, and this is something that I have, and I'll have it on the YouTube replay below. I'll link to an ebook that I put together that actually takes some of the information that 7K shares, but then I also did some research on my own, and I combined it into a nice ebook on the different types of precious metals that you can actually save in the form of. Okay, and it's very eye-opening when you understand, the different reasons of why you might save in different types of precious metals. So after I send you the link, what I want you to do is go ahead and create your membership right away. And then as soon as you create your membership, you're going to create a username. That's going to be your affiliate link. That's going to be the link that you actually share with other people to sign up with 7K, or even if they don't want to sign up, or they just want to purchase some of the items from their website. If they do that through your link, you get credit for it. If there's points attached to anything for the products, you get those points as well. But that's another way for you to actually earn points and actually refer members too. Because if somebody goes to your personal website and they see something that they want to buy, or it's going to say, it's going to ask them when they go to checkout, are you a member? And if they say no, then say, well, if this is your price today if you purchase it direct, but if you become a member, this is your price. And that gives you another opportunity, indirect opportunity to get another member that's going to be, on your personal team. Okay. But like I said, this is something I want to work together with everybody as a one big team. Okay. I'm also going to be, I'm close to finishing a separate website, where it's going to be kind of like pretty much like just kind of like a central location for everybody to check for different updates and things that are going on. But I'm also going to be creating a separate Facebook group that's just for our team. Like I said, it's not my team, it's not your team, it's our team. This way we have another place for people to communicate if you want to post something, and it won't have any outsiders, and it'll just be for us here. Okay, so after you create your username, I want you to go ahead and email that back to me or text it to me. But if you can email, I'm going to keep track of things on my end here. And what I'll do is then I'll in turn take your username or your referral link and share that with the next person. So you see how that can work, how together working as a team, we all can achieve success. And that's the main thing is, my goal is to have everybody that's on our team at least ranked to that associate level. Because I'll show you something here real quick in another screen. But as far as your potential and your what your return on your ROI is basically on this whole program, it's very eye-opening. It's another one of those black and white examples where it actually shows you the potential of what you can do. And like I said, it's just a matter of how much you share it with people. So like if you're watching this presentation and your husband or your wife, you would like to have them join this as well, you can do that. There is one stipulation that they have, is that you can only have 2 members per household that are members of 7K, and the one member does have to directly sign up under the other person. So like if you're watching this and your husband would probably want to do this, you could have him sign up under you, and then he would actually already be one of your legs, your left or your right, or one of your teams. So then all you would need is another team. Okay, another member on your team, your personal team. So in that case here, when you send me your referral link and the next person that I have sign up, that I refer your link to, you're already ranked as an associate. And so you can see how quickly this can work if, it's just all a matter of sharing it. And it's something like the only other way that you can have more than 2 per household is if you were, say you're a business owner and because your tax ID and for your business is going to be different than your personal social security number. And that's something I do want to point out too, is when you create your membership, you will have to, because you're dealing with saving in the form of silver and gold, and then also with the potential to earn money, you do have to put in your social security number. And then also I wanted to point out too, is make sure that your mailing address or your shipping address is the same as what's on your driver's license or your state ID or whatever country ID that you have, because that's what 7K has. It's one of their checks and balances, is that they have to, by law, they have to have a copy of your ID, and then in this case here, your social security number, for tax purposes, because when they do send the payments out, they do not take taxes out of it. They do report it to the governments, but it's something that they do not take taxes out of. So you will have to calculate percentage wise how much you would want to see, put to the side out of your weekly earnings. But that's something I would highly encourage you to check with your accountant or CPA on. Okay, so yeah, so once you create your username, see like here, if you're watching this on a replay, this link here is actually my direct link with 7K. So it would be www.7kmetals.com/rickf. That rickf is my username. And what I usually like to tell people is like, try and keep it something relatively short. It's something that's easy to remember, and then also at the same time, try and maintain that level of professionalism, because 7K is really sharing a great opportunity with everybody here. And so it's like, just, trying to have something where you're not going to be able to like be hesitant if you post it online, because like with this link, you could post it on your Facebook page or Instagram page, wherever you would like that you have like a social media thing. And if people click on it and access 7K through your link, you get credit towards that. Okay. Because it's going to even ask the people, well, who referred you? Like in this case here, you would put in Rick F. That would be who referred you if you want directly to my link. But like with when I share the other person's link with you to sign up, that's who you're going to also be um, referring. Okay, so that's, you see how this works. It's really going to work. And if you have like 5 or 6 people at your job or wherever you're working that might be interested in this, let me know that when you email me your username, because we might want to have a quick phone call or a quick discussion or something as to when would you like to have me use your referral ID. Because if you have 5 or 6 people, you might be able to rank up to a copper real quick. So this is something, like I said, a two-way street, more communication. It's really going to work. So I'm really looking forward to working with everybody on this opportunity here. And so what I want to do now, so like I said, go ahead and send me an email at rickandsilverandgoldsolutions.org, or if you're watching the replay, if you just want to go to the 7kmetals.com/rickf, and you can join through that as well. And like I said, my goal is to have everybody at least qualify for that associate rank. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I want to show you this here real quick. Okay, because we're close to about the hour mark now, so I'm going to try and wrap this up. And like I said, I'm more than happy on it when I have my website finished for everybody, and then also through different emails, I can actually work with you on any questions that you have as best as I can. But I always highly encourage people to go through the buyer certification program, because it is a really an excellent, it's even more eye-opening than you'll understand, with what I'm sharing with here today. It's a little bit more eye-opening than that. So I highly encourage people to go through that, because that answers a lot of questions that you might have. And also it's one of the things, they have it set up real nice where if you start it, because it's a couple hours maybe total, but if you actually start it, you can actually, if you have to stop it or pause it or something, or you have to, even go back to it a day or two later, it picks up right where you left off. So it's very, very thorough and very, very in depth. But it actually really gives you a lot of answers to any questions you might have. But I'm going to use this as an example. So um, the basic membership is $199 a month. I'm sorry, the basic membership is $199 for the year. The standard is $359 in the, here we go. And the premium is $499. And with each one, there's different things that you get. Like with at the time this was introduced to me, it was like exactly 2 weeks before Christmas. So I had already was kind of set for Christmas, where my budget was a little bit tight. So I went ahead and created a standard membership, and then I went with the basic autosaver. And with that, with your standard membership, it's not like you're just paying something. For one, you get a ton of benefits, but also they actually send you a graded coin. Like the one that I got from with my standard membership was an MS69. So it's just a hair shy of being perfect, but it still has a high dollar retention value. And so I got this American Silver Eagles book. It's a autographed copy from Miles Standish, and that goes over the history of the American Silver Eagle. And it also just some nice, there's on each year, it shows the number of perfectly graded coins versus ones that were not. So it'll show you just how many, perfectly graded coins there are out there, and which also shows you the extent of the value. Because like if you walked into a silver coin shop or a silver and gold place, and you wanted to, sell some silver or gold, and you walked in with raw silver, raw coins, you're going to get some of the value of what it's actually worth, but not as much, because all these places always have their costs and everything that they tie into, what they're going to pay you for it, because, they have to make their profit margin and everything as well too. But if you walked into there with an MS70 perfectly graded coin, whether it's this American Silver Eagle or it's a gold bullion or something like that, or a gold eagle, they're going to have to pay you top dollar for it, because it's, for one, it's always going to maintain its value because it's an MS70, and then another grade is a PF70 also. But they know that if you walked in there with that they're going to have to give you top dollar, because it's flawless. It's always going to retain its value and then some, and it's going to grow through time. And this is what collectors really want. And if you walk into any coin dealer, and you show them something that's an MS70 or PF70, they know it's perfect. They know its value. So it's something that's always going to retain its value over the course of time and then grow some. So anyways, you do get something with each membership. Okay. So what I did is I broke it down to where with the autosaver, it's for the basic autosaver, it's 105, and you get the American Silver Eagle graded perfectly. And that comes out to 116 a month. So you got 12 months times 116. So over the course of the year, and like I said, this is incremental. This is not paying this all at once. This is $116 a month, which is like about $387 a day. So you would spend like $1,392 total. But if qualifying as an associate, you're actually eligible to earn $500 a week passively, as long as the people that are on your team and in your downline are staying active and you're getting those points. So you have the potential to earn $26,000 as an associate. And like I said, this is potential, and it's something that you do have to put some effort into it. It's not where you just set it and forget it. Now you can actually create your membership today, even if you did not want to do earn anything passively on the side. But by what I'm sharing with you today, by default, at some point you will receive earnings as an associate. It may not be this month or next month, but by default, depending on how when people sign up, by default you will at some point receive qualify as an associate. And that's just with the pay it forward thing that I'm sharing here, because 7K is paying it forward to everybody by sharing this great opportunity. And I'm in turn trying to do that with everybody here today, working together as a team. So if you put in this is an ROI calculator, you can actually look these up online, but this is just going as an associate. It's not going at the Koppers 1,000 per week. So that's like another $52,000 a year that you can add to your income, depending on how aggressive you are and how much you share the opportunity. But just going with the basic as an associate. So you would get your amount on your return. You have the potential of getting $26,000. You put in $1,392. That's what you're saving in over the course of the year. So your return on investment is 1,767%. So you have a potential gain of $24,608 in 1 year. Okay, so that just shows you the power of this opportunity. Okay, so not only do you have the potential to earn that on the side, but in the same process, you're actually saving, and you physically have it, you physically own it. And that's actually one of the keys to silver and gold. And what people don't tell you, what your financial advisors and what your banks aren't telling you, is one of the biggest keys is physically owning it. They don't want you to know it, because if you're doing it, and they don't want you to know about what 7K has to offer, because if you're going through 7K and you're physically saving in the form of gold and silver, and you physically own it, then what are you doing? You're not putting money into the bank. You're not putting money into their savings accounts, into your saving account, which right now is at less than 1%, which is almost not even really worth doing it. But you have a way, the opportunity to have your money work for you, where you're not paying somebody else to do it. Okay, you're handling it all yourself. You don't have to go through a financial advisor or a broker or pay some additional fees. You're just handling everything yourself, so that way you have more money for you to use for either saving in the form of precious metals, or saving and taking that money that you're saving by not using an advisor or a broker and putting it into another type of investment. So there's a way that this incrementally is building your wealth in many shapes and forms. It's just a matter of what you do and how you look at it. Okay. But in this case here, you have the potential to get, even as an associate, like an additional $24,000 a year. At a Copper at $52,000 a year, that's something most people don't even make that in a year. Okay, so it's really a really good side benefit here too, if you decide to look at it from that perspective. But like I said, you don't necessarily have to. You can create a membership, and if you just want to start building your wealth and having it accrue over time, you can still take advantage of all this and just not worry about sharing it. But also let me know that too when you reach out to me with your referral ID, okay, with your link, okay, and that way I'll keep that in mind too. All right, so this is just kind of eye-opening, I thought, is when we share that. Okay, so just to recap the cost for the autosavers, the basic is 105, and that's with the American Silver Eagle dollar. The variety is 139 a month, and that's actually this 7K State Animal Series. And the 7K is actually like a private label, but it is right already right now because of the types of collectibles and the types of stuff that they have. It's really becoming well known in the industry as far as something that people do want, because some of the collectibles that they have on their coin drops, which is something that they do like maybe once every week to 2 weeks, where they'll have a special coin that's rare and it's limited edition. These things are like, they're literally sold out within minutes. I know there has been some of the times they hit a, a 3 kilos Star Wars Death Star. That's, it's a collectible, and it had all this intricate detail, just like this Death Star looked in this movie Star Wars. And that thing sold out within like 2 minutes, because there's the people, for one, because they're limited edition, they're going to have a higher resale value if you want that option. And it's also something that there's a lot of collectors out there, they see the value and a lot of the different things that 7K are coming out with, so they're actually watching to see what they come out with so they can get them right away too. So there's so many things that you can do with what they offer. But anyways, the variety package, it's a 7K State Animal Series. So it's they have a state animal label, and this is like a colorized MS-70 coin that you would get. And then the specialty, it's usually a rare or limited edition collectible. I know for the month, I'm not sure what it is for this month, because I don't have the specialty. I just have the basic. But last month it was a rare silver 2-ounce silver coin that had a limited edition that was part of the silver package, or the specialty package, and that's going to vary. Okay, so I know they're supposed to be coming out with a graded gold coin starting in July. So that's something where they're as far as the specifics of which type of coin, that hasn't been they haven't revealed that yet, but they are supposed to be coming out with a type of autosave where you could actually get a graded coin, gold coin, every month. Okay, so that's just another option. And like today, like say if today, if you just wanted to create your membership, you have to qualify for the points and to become an affiliate in well, you can become an affiliate without having the points, but in order to qualify for the weekly payouts, you do have to stay active with your membership within a 30-day period. And that's part of like with the autosaver thing. If you do the autosaver, like I said, it's like a 401k, you set it, forget it. You just calculate, okay, hey, I want to go see if you want the basic, which is what I did to start. And now you can always change it. You can always upgrade or even pick a different package in addition to that if you wanted to. But you could always just say, okay, hey, I want to do the 105 a month, which comes out to 116 with shipping and insurance, and just do that. Okay. But then say, like, if you want to just create your membership today, you have up to 30 days to keep your status active as far as qualifying as an associate or above. So like say you have 5 choices. You have the 1st, 8th, 15th, 21st and 26th of every month that you can have your autosaver shipped to you. So like if you wanted to just create your membership today and start referring, and sharing this opportunity with other people, you can actually start accruing points in your downline, and even before you have your autosaver shipped to you. Like say if it's great to go ahead and set it up right away, that way you don't forget it and then you don't lose points or anything, or forget that you're qualifying as something. But you could actually, today's the 19th, you could actually pick it for next week, the 26th, or even do like July 1st or July 8th, and you're still within that 30-day window as far as to qualify. So if this is something where you weren't prepared to do the autosaver right away, this is something where you can actually create your membership and still qualify. Okay, and like in some cases here, depending on how aggressive you are, if you qualify and then you maintain your active status, you can actually earn passively even before your autosaver ships to you. Okay, so there's opportunity here. Okay. So just to recap real quick, how you become an associate. You receive points on your monthly autosaver. So every month that you actually have a coin shipped to yourself, those points attached to it go in your downline, either left or your right, or one of your 2 teams. So that's something you can determine which side they go on. If you're wondering how that happens, how that works, there's a spot in your back office, which I will show you on a separate presentation, how to find that and what to do. But you can determine whether it goes to your left or your right. So every time you make a purchase yourself, or you save each month yourself, like I said, I refer to it as saving. You get points, and then anybody that joins under your username or your affiliate link, anytime they make a purchase, for one, the points that are associated with their membership, those go towards you, but then also the points on their monthly purchases or any purchase they make that have points attached to it, those also go accredited to you as well. So that's how you see, like, people are like, well, how would I get a weekly paycheck? Or, how could I make earn from this weekly? Well, because not everybody's going to have the same autosaver ship date. So they're going to be coming in throughout the different, over the next month or two, a couple months or whatever. People are going to be constantly joining and having their autosaver on a different day. So that's how the points accrue throughout the month. Okay. And then also, like, if people make separate purchases from your website that aren't members, and there's points associated with things, you can get those points that go towards your downline or your weekly point total as well. Because usually what they do, 7K cycles of points every Saturday night at 11:59 Mountain Standard Time. So I usually encourage people to check their accounts, sometime, late evening or, sometime on Saturday, just to make sure that there's nobody in their holding tank, because there's a way where you can have people put in your holding tank and then you can position them on your left or right, because you want to try and keep it as even as possible. But if you put them in the holding tank, you can manually put them into each side, and it's very easy to do. But that's why I encourage people to double check every night. So that way, when 11:59 Mountain Standard Time hits, if you qualify for the associate or above, they deduct those points from your account, and they issue come Monday, you have in your Sound Money wallet, you have the money there, and then you can determine where it goes from there, whether you want to use it to pay for future autosavers, or you want to purchase something that's on the site, or if you want to have them send the money to your bank, you can do that too. Okay. Or request a check. So there's right away, on, they cycle the points on Saturday night. Monday, exactly what you're getting. And one thing that I want to share real quick too is they started doing this at the end of last year. Is anybody who qualifies as an associate, if you don't have the 500 point total yet, and you're like, say if you had 270 on one side and 260 on another, they decided to try and help their members out even quicker, is to actually, if you had 250 points on each side, they would actually issue you a payment for $250, as just an incentive to kind of help people, share the program. And so you don't necessarily have to have the 500 points each side in order to get a payment as an associate. So something a little bit extra that they're doing. And just real quick, because we're talking with the potential to earn money while you're saving. And like, even regardless, like I said, even if you wanted to do this, even if there wasn't a compensation plan, I would still be doing this, because you know why? Because monthly I'm having silver or gold come to me, and it's building wealth. It's something that, regardless if they had this, I would still be doing this. And as a matter of fact, that's what my son's graduation present was a membership. And now he knows the value of, he understands the value of saving in the form of silver and gold. So now I got him a membership as a gift. And this is another great gift idea too, is you have graduation, Father's Day, Mother's Day was last month, and then you have birthdays and Christmas and everything. This is an opportunity to actually, have something where you're going to give a gift that's going to not only be like, it's like super cool to receive. Like, I gave one of the things, gifts on my brother's birthday, and he was just floored by what I gave him. And it's something, not only is it creating a memorable gift, but it's something that's creating value. It's something that's going to help build generational wealth. And like in the case with my son that graduated high school, he's 18. So now he's going to be one of these types of people 20 years from now. He's going to be better off just by saving once a month in the form of a precious metal. And 20 years from now, what he's put together is going to be worth quite a bit, substantially. Okay. Because like I said, what we shared today was the value of the precious metals and how it retains its purchasing power. Okay. But going back to the income disclosure thing, because you have the potential to earn, I have to share this with you. And it's, like I said, it's not required, but by default, working together as a team, you will at some point qualify it as an associate. But I just have to share this with you, because by law we have to do that. And there's no guarantee to anything. Like I said, it all depends on how much you share the opportunity. But working together as a team, I know that we can make some great things happen, but we have to work together. And so this is how it looks Well, let's go. This is actually the best way to describe it. Okay, so this would be you if you joined today. And the first two direct referrals that you have, once you have two direct referrals on a left and right, you qualify as an associate. So you're already qualified to have the potential to receive that $500 a week payment. Okay, but it all depends on the points. Okay, so your first goal is to have two people, and then you become associate. Then your next goal is, like Zach says in the training, you get two, and then those, you help those two people get two, and then you get two more, and you're at a copper. Okay, so it's, if you share it and people sign up, it's really easy to do. So the first two would be your left and right, and that's an associate. And then your next goal is to help your first two direct referrals each become an associate. So that's how it's paying it forward. So you get two, and then you help these two people get two. And then the very next two directs that you have after that, that would qualify you as a copper at the $1,000 per week. Okay, and you see all these points. Anybody, after you had your first two direct referrals here, then you have your next two direct referrals here. All the points and everything that these people get, either with memberships or with their autosaver, those actually tally up and go towards you weekly, okay, depending on where they are in the monthly autosaver. So that's how you can, the points build up. Okay, and if you don't qualify one week, then next week you do, you don't lose points. So the points always stay there. The only time that the points come out of your account is when it's, you cycle at the level you're at, and then you're getting paid. So real quick to just go over the levels again. Associate is 500 per week. A copper is 1,000 per week. Bronze is 2,000 per week. Silver is $3,500 a week. And I want to share something with you here. At $3,500 a week, you would have an additional $14,000 a month. But what 7K is doing to reward people for sharing this opportunity with other people, if you qualify as a silver within the first 90 days, and after you qualify for 90s, if you hold that rank for 45 days, they will give you, as a token of their appreciation for sharing this great opportunity, they're actually going to give you a 100-ounce silver bar, which currently is in the area from like $3,100 to $3,200. That's just their way of again, paying it forward to you. They're like, hey, you know what, we really appreciate you for sharing this opportunity, so we're going to reward you. And if you hit silver within 90 days and hold that for another 45, we're going to give you a 100-ounce silver bar. Okay, and that's free of charge. It's basically just for you sharing this great opportunity. And usually what they have events throughout the year. So like if you attend an event and you qualify as a silver, they like to make a big deal out where they call you up on stage and present it to you, and take pictures and everything. So they really do reward their members, and they do pay it forward. So it's really a great opportunity. And it's like, if you're in a country that doesn't, if you're not, where you can't make one of the events or something like that, they do work with you in arrangements on how to actually get your silver bar to you. So it's really something really extra nice that they do. So after the silver, the gold is 7,000 per week, executive gold is 10,000 per week, and presidential gold is 12,500 per week. And at the time these numbers were put together, goes from November of 2016 to October of last year. And out of everybody who actually were qualified as an associate or above, to where they were actually qualified, but not necessarily even receiving a payment yet, but at least qualified, 92% of the people were associates, 6% were copper, 1% were bronze, and less than 1% were silver. And then there were actually golds and executive golds, but again, they're at less than 1%. And I just want to share this with you because it's part of the aspect of the potential of what you can earn. But it shows you with the associate that it seems that there's it's easier for people just to refer to people, and then after that it's a little more difficult. But that's where we're working together as a team and helping each other out and paying it forward, that like I said, we can work together and we can really make some great things happen here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, but just to cover the membership benefits, it's not just, you're not only saving weekly in the form of silver and gold, but you're getting all these other benefits as well that are all inclusive in your membership. Okay, you get access to the Sound Money wallet, which is, like Zach shared in the presentation there. There's the autosaver program. Like I said, this is your own personal 401k, just in the form of a silver and gold. You have the 7K health care program. They do offer members health care, and it's something whether if you want it, you can, get it through 7K. If you have your own, you don't need, that's up to you if you wanted to get like supplemental insurance, because they do offer that as well. But that is part of a benefit, is their 7K healthcare program. And they do have an open enrollment period, because just like every other company does. So you might want to check with them if you are going to need the insurance. But that is just another added benefit that they don't have to offer, but they do offer that. It's part of the package. You have dealer direct pricing. You have 7K limited edition and rare, limited and rare coins. Like I said, some of the coin drops, some of the stuff they offer, there's like, 500 or less. Some are like, there was one they had the other day that was 333. So only 333 coins in the world that existed, with this type of coin. So it's like, and those higher collectible items are really worth a lot. There's the tax advantages, not only from this perspective of a collectible, but once you start qualify as an associate, you're technically, and you start earning, you're technically in business for yourself. So there's different other tax advantages with that. And I would highly encourage you to check with your accountant or CPA on that as well. You have a gold backed IRA. Now this is an option, what type of places offer you online and offer you something that has a gold backed IRA and healthcare on top of it? I've never seen any. This is the only company I've ever seen that does that. So this is something really nice. They really have some nice advantages. There's also the 7K Advantage, which is actually, you can get it on your phone for an app, and just, whatever city you're in, just put it in the city you're in, and it'll show you what restaurants, hotels, businesses have different offers or ways that you can save. So that's just another added benefit. There's the residual income for a lifetime. Once you create your membership and you stay active, as long as you're active and the members below you are active, and within the 30-day period, you can literally have a passive income for life. And it all depends on you staying active and the members staying active too. So that's the potential of this. And then there's also the direct sales from your website link that you're going to get, which is your username. So again, just to recap the offer, send me an email to rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. Send me also your phone number, so at least I have a way to maybe reach out to you via text. And like I said, I'm not going to call you or text you unless you ask me to. Okay. And like I said, send me an email first and say, hey, Rick, I need to talk to you, or can we jump on a Zoom or whatever? Then that's the only way I would reach out to you direct. But then also, when I send me your best name and your best email address and phone number. Then when I get it, I will send you a link with my phone number to contact me or reach out to me this week. Like I said, it's a two-way street, because together we can really make some great things happen. And then I'll send you a link. You create your membership, and then as soon as you create your username and you have your link, send that back to me, and then I'll in turn share that with the next person, and we'll start working together and put a really great team together here. So if you're watching this on a replay and you come across this link and you don't reach out to me direct, you can if you just want to go ahead and get started, you can go to www.7kmetals.com/rickf. If it asks you to put in a referral thing, like if you went to 7kmetals.com and tried to create an account, they're going to say, who referred you here? So right away, even if you try to go direct, they're trying to pay it forward and help other people out. So that's why they want everybody working together, because together, people can do a little bit by themselves, but together as a team, you can move mountains. And I really firmly believe that. And I really am looking forward to the opportunity of working with you, to meeting you, and to putting together a really great team. And, my first goal is to have everybody hit associate. Then after that, my next goal is to have everybody hit a copper, and so on, and keep growing and keep building together, because this really is a great opportunity. I hope you really enjoyed today's presentation. I enjoyed sharing with you. And like I said, this is something I feel that everybody should have the information and be in the opportunity to take part of. And regardless of your income, it is something that you can do. So if you have any questions, even if you decide to, you can't do it right now or whatever, or if you live in another country that's not part of the program right now, let me know that. And as soon as because they're trying to be global right now, it's just in 7 countries, but there's different customs issues when it comes to shipping silver and gold to other countries. So that's part of the issue, but they're working on trying to be global. So if you live in another country, send me an email with your country, and I'll keep you posted on what I do here. And like I said, together, together we can make a great team. I'm really looking forward to working with you. I'm really looking forward to meeting you. And I want to thank you again for taking your Saturday morning on this Father's Day weekend to share it with me. I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. Thank you very much. And we'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye.